Hey friend, welcome to the show today. Super great to see you. Today we're going to talk about the results that I got when I put out a market research survey about websites. I would like to know and am finding out more and more about how people use their website for their business. Because, little behind the scenes, I am moving from focusing on branding and websites in general to just so honing in and simplifying my business to help people really have a dynamic site that will become and is the most amazing tool for their business, that really showcases their content, that sells their products, and does all those amazing things. So if you'd like to know, if you're curious what the answers were on the website survey, or if you want to take it yourself, you can go ahead and find that information in the show notes. But I am going to go over the questions that I asked on the survey and the responses that we got from our audience so far about what they think all about their website. So let's get started. Hey friend, if you are an online business owner who would love to grow your brand online, focus on the right marketing strategies for you, and be able to promote your business with confidence, then let's connect. My name is Jessica Wangelin. I'm a wife and a mom of two, and I've been an online business owner for more than 10 years. I'm passionate about helping women to love their branding and rock their content. I invite you to join in as we talk marketing, branding, motivation, content creation, and productivity to make great things happen in your business today. You have amazing things to accomplish, friend, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about website survey, what you all thought of your website. And again, reminder, if you did not take this yet, you can go ahead and do that. I will put the information here in the show notes for you to jump in. But quick intro. So if you don't know me, like the podcast jingle intro says, I've been working in the online space since 2009 when I started my home decor blog. And so that threw me into the world of WordPress websites, of Pinterest, of social media, email lists, digital products, all the things and such. And so my journey has taken me through being a blogger to starting a network marketing team, now to running my own brand where I help people to grow their business by having a dynamic and converting website. I used to do branding work for a while, and I will probably be making an announcement, quite frankly, a little behind the scenes. I am going to steer away from doing branding work and focus specifically on websites. I think that deep down, a website is the most amazing tool that you can have for your business. Not only can it help you be creative by sharing long form content, can be an outlet for you for that. It can help you sell your digital products. It can grow your email list. It can highlight your expertise and all of those great things. In addition to the benefits of not being a slave to social media, of not relying on the algorithm, of not like hustling your behind off to do things that quite honestly will not make you money online unless you're making sales or selling services, right? I really do believe in websites. I think they're amazing. I've designed dozens and dozens of sites for clients and students and friends and all kinds of things in my own sites themselves. And so at this point, here we are, we're like late 2023. My business is taking a pivot. I am focusing, like I said, specifically on websites, and I'm going to be doing all the things. And that feels really good. I'm going to talk about that in another episode. So go ahead and find it in our podcast area here of the listing of all the episodes. If I don't publish it before this one, it'll be after this one. But what I have done is I decided to launch my first legitimate, like big time kind of online course. I've had digital products for sale for a while. Those are really fun to create. It's nice and amazing to just jump into creating a digital product that people then buy, and all of a sudden you get sales alerts, and it's really fun, and you're building a community, and it's really great to do that. And so I made it a goal for this fall to create my own, like my first course. And in doing so, focusing in on that, you have to really, of course, pick what that course is going to be about. Well, mine is going to be about strategy for websites and website success. So how not only can you, if you already have a website, can you kind of audit it, review it, clarify your brand, develop a long form content strategy, and use your website as the major dynamic, amazing business tool that it can be. So going through the course creation process, one of the phases that I have done is market research, which I now know, looking back, is one of the most, if not the most, valuable part of being a digital marketer and an online entrepreneur is to know your audience. So I will talk about my process in creating my course in another episode too, But I have been working through Gemma Bonham Carter's Course Creator School. I met her online, like I found her online years ago. We have kind of very similar paths. She was also a home decor blogger and all kinds of good things like that. So she has a course to teach you how to launch your first course. And as a digital, online marketer or in-person business owner, and it's a really great process to walk through, to do all the things, to learn how to set up the course, how to do all the things for that. And again, I'll talk about that more in the future. I'd really love to expand on how much I like it and how it has helped in getting me set up here for my own course. But one of the parts that is in that is to do market research. So I created a survey to help people tell me their thoughts and their opinions about their websites. I wanted to know what they thought of their sites, what were some stressful things for them about it, what were some things they were hoping their site would do for their business, what were some problems they're having, by using their website, all those kind of things. So I could get the information, of course, to use to inform not only my content in being an online entrepreneur, but also to inform the course that I was creating. So the surprising results of the website survey, which is again ongoing, if you want to participate in it, I would be super thrilled and thankful for you to just fill out. It's very quick, actually. It's really like check marks. You can type in some information in part of it. And there is a free gift for you to take when you take the survey. At the end, I give you one of my digital products as a thank you. So you can have your content planned out for a long time. So here's what I put together in my survey to do market research and the questions that I have and what are some of the results so far. Now, as of the recording of this podcast, this is like late October, I have 57 responses in the survey, which is really great. A lot of times you want to get more than 100, so I am going to really push to get this out there and promote it and get more people to respond. Again, I would be thankful if you would do that. And so here's what I started finding out about what people thought about their websites and what people say are kind of just some of the areas around their thinking on them. So most of the people who responded answered that they do have a website. So almost 90% of people that responded to the survey said, yes, they have a website, because I left it for yes, no, and no, but I want to get one. And so there were 7% of people who want to get a website who answered this, which is great, because you can answer the survey either way if you have a site or you don't. Because I would really like to know, that's very valuable to know, if you don't have a website, why not? What do you think it can do? What are some stumbling blocks to maybe like roadblocks to getting there? Those kind of things. So now here's the next question I asked about on my website survey. So this was a fill in the blank question. It was, I fill in the blank. I love my website, but fill in the blank, ... So what did people say about their websites? Let me read you just a couple of the responses. That is kind of the general consensus of what people are thinking. Here are some. I struggle with the technical stuff. I rarely use it, and then I have to start learning everything again. Makes total sense. When you step away and you're not consistent in a business, there are and can be some things with website tech that you have to go back to and just learn all over again. So another one was, I want to learn e-commerce. Great, huge point. A lot of people, absolutely, yes, you need to make sales in your business, right? I have a list of fixes and I need to make, but I can't find the time for. So here's something interesting. There were several people that mentioned they feel like they don't have time to update their website. So that goes to me and to talk about, that helps me understand like a pain point really of what you're having and what you're feeling about your site. So what are the things that I can do as an entrepreneur or just in general to help you realize, find time and make time and simplify the process of updating your website? I actually created, and I'll share the information about that too, website update checklist, a quick, short $9 product, very affordable to grab, that will help you see all of the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly things that you can do to update your website, all with checklists, a great Trello board that goes with it. So if you were looking to update your site, you can certainly grab that and it will walk you through all those things. People were saying that they definitely did not know what to do to update the site and did not have time for it. So here's some other answers to the question. I love my website, but it's very basic. I used a template, but I don't have the skills to get it looking as professional as I like. Or it feels boring. I get no traffic. There's still a lot of work to do on there. it isn't branded well. I really need to publish it. So this gives us a picture of people who just have to either prioritize their site and really come up with a plan of getting it to be in a place that they feel confident and satisfied with to get it out into the world. And also talks a little bit about some of the tech areas where people could use help with, right? I need to understand Google metrics. I need to have proper images. I need a landing page. It always feels like it's unorganized. So those were some of the things that people were saying about they love their website, but fill in the blank. And that was a really great question to have on a survey, if you ever do one, of course, to help people really just tell you in their language, in their words, what are some things that they think about the questions you're asking. So going on with the survey, the other questions I had were fill it, like check boxes, really, basically. So if people could answer these in any way. If you have a website, what is your main feeling about it? So we got a couple of mixed responses on this question. About 29% of people says I use and update my site regularly. So that's less than a third of everyone. Another group, about 27%, say I use and update my site once in a while. So once in a while is probably not very often if you really want to be proactive in your business and you're actively doing things. And then we had a lot of percentages around the 13 to 17%. I haven't really updated my site at all is one of those answers. I don't know what to do with my website. Huge point there. Huge opportunity to help people learn about what to do with your site and what it can do for your business. I'd like to learn more about how to update my site myself. And I love this answer because that is my whole goal. I am right now in the plans of making designing my course about website strategy. So you know what to do with the site and how to use it to grow your business. And then also making a tech site, a tech course, a smaller kind of component for people that do not have a website to show them step-by-step process of how to get started with a site, how to do it, how much it costs, and walk through that. So that'll be really fun to help people learn about it because it really is my goal to help women who have a business, small business or small business idea, online business, to have the tools and resources to run with something and not get overwhelmed and inundated by all of the things out there that are in the digital space. I really do believe that a website can be a transformational and experience for your business. You can do so many things with it, like I said. So I'm excited to hear that people think these things and that they're open to wanting to learn about doing sites themselves, because I do not believe you need to pay thousands of dollars to have a website or to have somebody design it and that you don't know what they're doing. You don't know how to update it. I realize you believe you can do it yourself. That's how I get started, and a lot of us have. So that is my goal with website services and courses that I'm creating. So let's go on with our survey. We had a question about a website platform. If you have one, which one is it on? So we have most of the people who have self-hosted WordPress.org sites, which is great. I love that. That's what I use. That's what I would do if you were a client of mine. I would design your site on WordPress.org, and that's what I do. And then we also have other people who have WordPress.com, which is fine. That's not self-hosted. They do own the site basically and such in it. And you can do more on WordPress.org. Not many people know there are different platforms. They are two different kind of WordPresses. And then we have some mixed things. Other people have sites on Wix, Squarespace, etc., or they're not sure. I had some people mention they're not sure. Some Shopify sites, etc. But we do have about 55% of people on WordPress, which is great because WordPress is pretty much like the gold standard of website platforms. More people have sites on that than all of those other platforms combined. And there's just so many features you can do on it. More so now with all the design options out there, some really great ones that I work with and platforms to make a super dynamic, gorgeous site. So here's another question on our survey. If you currently have a website, tell me, and then it said check all that apply. So this was some check boxes that people could list. 25% of people told us, well, let's start at the highest. We have 76% of people tell me, I'd like to learn more about website strategy for my business. That's amazing. And that's what I'm making my course on. So I'm glad to know that people really recognize the value of it and that there's so many people out there who want to learn more about doing it themselves and using that as a tool for their business. And then another 25%, now these overlap, so it doesn't total, it totals past 100 because you could check more than one box here. I'd like to learn to update it myself, which is very fun. 53% of people want to do that, so that's great. And then we had some other answers. I'd be interested in website update services, which I will be starting as well. And then I prefer someone to pay for it was like a 12% response. So some people actually like the services. Some people want to do it themselves, which is great. So here's another question on the survey. If you don't have a website, why not? We only had a few people answer this one, of course, because most of the people that answered this survey indicated that they do have a site. But the biggest answer, half the people had indicated that they thought it was too expensive to have a website. And I'm here to tell you it is not, especially if you can walk through the processes of doing it yourself, setting up the tech. It is very affordable to do and a very sustainable model for your business to get a site up and going. And then other people said they wouldn't know what to do with it. Again, more ideas for helping people understand the power of a website in your business. And then other people had indicated I didn't know how it would like really work or fit into my business. So that depends, of course, on the type of business that you have. Next, we asked about topics. So what kind of topics would be most helpful for you in your current business journey? 40% of people had told me that they loved the topic idea that I had thrown out there. And I did a workshop on this in person last year, and I'm going to do another one very soon called Let's Get Evergreen. So how to create a long form content plan for your business. And I love this. I could talk about long form content all day. It is, again, how I started my business as a blogger back in 2009. And to this day still is one of the most, and I'm really seeing the pendulum swing into that direction, that people are going back to talking about long form content. They're not so much focusing on social media to grow anymore. And so this can be a little bit, like of a different kind of topic. Some people have a soapbox about it, or it can be controversial. Do you do blogging? Is blogging dead? Or do you, create reels on TikTok and that kind of thing? So people were very interested in knowing how to create long form content, which I love. I'm so excited about that. It'll be fun. So you'll have to watch more details about the workshop for creating long form content and what that looks like. Other people had, the other high answers here were about website update checklists, all the must have things that your site should have that you can do, to update it and keep it dynamic and current and amazing. So that's really fun. And I do have those. I did create that, the website update checklists, which are only $9. I am not changing the price for that. So you can find it at that on my site under the shop area. So you can go grab those if you want to update when you want to update your website. And then the other people had talked about how to write your website, like creating all your website copy, like perhaps with some AI prompts and things like that, which is super important because it's one thing to have a site, but like the copy on it is what really makes it work for you, get your audience's attention, and do all those great things. So Len, I had asked about people's potential interest in creating a course. That was part of my reason for doing this survey. And so we had, what's my percentage here? Like not 80% of people said yes, or maybe they'd be interested in a course. And then I asked what they wanted as far as the main goal. And it goes back to that other question, overall website strategy, how to blog, what to update, how to keep it branded, how to use it for income, how to create content on the site. So all of those strategy things, this was more than 81% of people wanted that in terms of a website course. So that's exciting too. And then we had asked about what kind of topics people wanted to see in the course. What would that look like for them? And we go same thing, how to create sales funnels for your website, with the site itself. We had like 75% of people answer that. How to sell products on the site. Very easy to do. Lots of integrations you can do and get both physical products, digital products, affiliate products. That is huge, mind blown, on your website, and and you can sell all kinds of other things on there as well, which is really fun. Then we had some other people answer like they wanted to make sure that their site was updated. So that's what they were looking for in a course. Very exciting. I will be providing that. So I'm thrilled about it. And then we asked a little bit about some behind the scenes, like demographic questions, like what are things that people do in their business, and what titles people most closely align themselves with, like what do they consider themselves, which is really interesting because when you go online these days and people will talk about like attention coaches, consultants, etc. Well, if you don't identify yourself as that as a business owner, you won't really necessarily feel like you're part of that group. So I kind of wanted to know what people thought of themselves, because I often use the term online entrepreneur, but people don't consider themselves entrepreneurs. So this is really helpful to see that actually a good majority of people here, well, not majority, but a good number, 30% are coaches. And then another 23% call themselves business owners. Online coaches was another one too, or course creators specifically. People do that. And so that was quite a mix of titles that people use to call themselves. And so then another question we had asked on the website survey for people to tell us what they thought about their site was, what would you say is the biggest problem you have with your site at this time? So I'd love to know if one of these resonates with you, if you feel like this is where you are and these are the difficulties you have with the site. So people had answered, I don't know if it's serving my business or not. Very good reflection to have for sure. Someone said, not really just websites, but overwhelm. I try to do too many things. Another one said, not having a website is a problem. So that's interesting to know. And then some other things. So they think it's boring. They would like it to be more dynamic. It doesn't get people to book strategy calls. They want to offer different types of pages, things like that on the site. So that was really interesting to know, what are the troubles people are having with their site and what that kind of looks like. And then we did, of course, an aspirational question. I wanted to know where they would like to be with their website 6 months from now. So looking into the future, what are your goals here and how does this integrate with your business? So number one, people had said, here's some answers. Hopefully have a website if they didn't have one already. I'd love for my site to be streamlined and take clients on a clear journey. Very important to know. I'd love to have a site that wows me, delights potential customers, and attracts organic traffic effectively. Other people wanted to get consistent strategy calls booked from it, have a sales funnel. Yes, of course. Converting, thriving, active website, content filled. Yes, yes, yes. So important to have those things. And I loved hearing their answers about what they would like to do. And then I left it open at the end. So if you're ever doing market research or you have a survey or something like that, definitely leave an open-ended question because you want people, again, to use their language to tell you about what you're asking. And so my question was, if there was anything else you wanted to add about your website or you'd like to learn about, please tell me your thoughts and ideas. And so some people had mentioned about how to use ThriveCart on a website. I'd like to know about that. Great to know. How to make social sharing simple and easy strategy for growth. How to make the site look pretty. Somebody mentioned they wanted a schedule of where you do this, again, day 1, day 2. Again, that kind of connects with the website updates if that's what they are meaning on that. And then some other great things I want to know how to add a sales page when I can do something. Connections to other software, pros and cons of integrating, things like that. So great to know some of those other ideas that people have about the site and what they'd like to do to it. And the last thing I did also with this was I had added an open-ended question at the bottom that said, if you would like to be added to my waitlist for when the course launches, leave your name and email here. And so right away there, it started my waitlist for the course, which I'm really thrilled about. I'm excited to connect with these people and hopefully find them some solutions to their website woes and get them some great, amazing progress with things. So those were the results of the survey. As of now, again, the survey's still open. I'm going to leave it open for a while because I really love to know what people think about it. If you'd like to tell me what you think about your website, go ahead and click the link in the show notes here. You can go right over. And again, don't forget there is a special gift as a thank you at the end. You get my 60 days of content, which is 60 pre-written social media captions for you to use in any way as blog post ideas, as actual captions, as real outlines, things like that. And there's also 30 graphics for you to customize to use for your social posts and all of those great places as a thank you for answering the website survey. So those are my results. Let's talk websites, what people think about their site and what that looks like for them now. Again, if you want to reach out, I would love to help you do the best thing for your site and get it to be the most amazing, successful tool that you can use to grow your business in a sustainable and exciting way. Please reach out anytime. You'll find my information here in the notes, and we will see you on the next episode. Before you go, I would love to know what you think of your website. Yes, I am doing a short market research study to find out what online entrepreneurs think of their website. Do you love it? Does it need improvement? Where would you love your website to go in a couple months? I'd love it if you could answer my survey. And there is actually a free gift at the end. You can grab my 60 days of content where I have pre-written social media captions and graphics to go with it. as a thank you for answering the survey. So please check the show notes, and I appreciate your help. Thanks so much for listening to the show today. I really appreciate you being here. Please leave a rating and reviews that helps more people to find our show and help them with their marketing and their mindset to grow their business with confidence. See you next time.